Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review, so if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all, and let's just get right into this review. So at the very beginning of this episode, Evelyn actually ends up getting on FaceTime with Shaunie to congratulate Shaunie on her new book. Now Evelyn ends up getting in her confessional and she starts saying that inside of Shaunie's book, Shaunie talks about a time that there was somebody that she was friends with that was on the show, who she ended up finding out was texting her husband Shaq at the time behind her back, and so she ended up confronting this friend, and ultimately this situation contributed to the end of her marriage. And Evelyn was implying in this confessional that she believes that the person who Shaunie was talking about in the book is actually on the trip with the rest of the girls. So I'm pretty much thinking that this episode is going to be about them trying to figure out who Shaunie was talking about. Now, Brandi ended up deciding to put together a fun day of activities for the girls to do, and she ends up splitting everybody up into two different groups. One group would be going ziplining, the other group would be going ATV riding, and Brooke was not happy at all that she ended up getting put in the same group as Jackie, and that was obvious to me because she kind of had a little bit of a stank face when she saw that Jackie would be going on the same activity as her. But after the activity was over and they were sitting down talking, basically Brooke ended up addressing Jackie and letting her know that them going back and forth constantly isn't fixing anything, and Jackie ended up agreeing, and Laura ended up getting involved in the conversation and saying that Jackie needs to be the one to take accountability, and I do believe that Jackie does need to take accountability for her part in the situation with Brooke. However, Brooke has done and said a lot of things too about Jackie that she needs to be held accountable for, and so I don't like that everybody just keeps pointing their fingers at Jackie as if Brooke didn't play a part in the reason why the two of them have issues. Now, Brooke and Jackie decide to walk away from the rest of the group and have a one-on-one conversation, which actually ended up going well, and Jackie did take full accountability for her part in the situation between her and Brooke, and it seemed like Brooke wasn't really accepting Jackie's apology or the accountability that she was trying to take, but she did say that she's willing to move forward with Jackie, not with a friendship, but just that they can be cordial when they're in the same room. And look, I'm over the drama between Jackie and Brooke. I've been over it since last season, so even if they're not going to be friends, which I don't think that they should be because I don't think that they really like each other, I think that it's good that they decided to squash the beef. Now, because everybody seemed to be really getting along, all the ladies decided to go to dinner later that night together, and Brandi had some really big news that she's putting together an event that's really near and dear to her heart, and she wants all the girls to show up, and she basically ended up asking Jackie to be the MC at the event because even though they have issues, she feels like Jackie is really entertaining and she feels like Jackie would do a really good job, and Jackie ended up agreeing to be the MC for Brandi's event. And so because things were going good with everybody, Evelyn decided that she was going to address Brandi. Evelyn ends up apologizing to Brandi in front of everybody at dinner for using her marriage as a weapon against her in an argument, and even though Brandi accepted Evelyn's apology, she did tell Evelyn that she's not going to really take it that seriously until she sees change from Evelyn, and Evelyn was very understanding to that, and I can understand why Brandi would be upset by people constantly throwing the fact that she's in a marriage with a husband who admitted to cheating on her multiple different times. But I also feel like Brandi is always in other people's business as well, and so if she doesn't want people in her business, she needs to stay out of everybody else's, because as soon as she starts saying things about other people, the first thing they're going to attack her on is the fact that she's still married to a man who admitted to cheating on her with over 300 plus women. Now, Brooke and Jackie ended up telling everybody that they ended up deciding to squash their beef, but Brooke ended up getting really annoyed at Jackie, and they kind of had a little bit of a back and forth at dinner because Jackie said it was just miscommunication, and Brooke tried to say that it wasn't miscommunication, but I feel like Jackie was right. It was miscommunication because this whole situation started because when Brooke's daughter passed away, unfortunately, she went on the reunion and said that Jackie did not reach out to her and give her condolences. So Jackie had to prove that she reached out to Brooke more than one time to give her condolences, and then that's when Brooke admitted that Jackie did reach out to her and give her condolences, but she wasn't there for her the way that she wanted her to be, and so it definitely was miscommunication. Now, as far as Jackie saying in an interview that she was forced to apologize to Brooke on camera about not being there for her the way that she wanted her to be when her daughter passed away, I don't feel like that was wrong of Jackie to say, because I don't feel like Jackie had to apologize for that. Her and Brooke weren't even friends at the time, and all she could do was give her condolences, and I feel like that was enough. And then Brooke is upset with Jackie because Jackie also said that she feels like Brooke is using her daughter for a storyline, and I can understand why she would be upset by that, and so Jackie could have apologized for that. But other than that, I feel like Jackie was right. It was miscommunication, so I don't understand why Brooke got upset with her for saying that. But Jackie did not want to beef with Brooke again, so she ended up getting up and telling Brooke that the drama is over between the two of them, and then she plants a really big kiss on Brooke, and you can tell that Brooke did not like that at all. She actually said in her confessional that she wanted to vomit. But Evelyn decided that things were being a little bit too friendly at dinner, so she decided to be a little bit messy and bring up Shaunie's book. Now, she didn't bring up Shaunie's book in a good way. She brought up Shaunie's book because she wanted to find out which girl on the trip was actually the person who Shaunie was talking about helped ruin her marriage in her book. And so she ended up asking Laura if her and Shaunie had a close friendship. And Laura basically said that yes, her and Shaunie were really close at one time, and she really loved her at one point. So you can tell that Evelyn is trying to imply that Laura is the person that Shaunie is talking about in the book. And so Evelyn gets really messy because she ends up playing a recording of Shaunie reading the book, the part of the book where she says that one of her friends who was on the show was texting Shaq behind her back and she had to confront her on it. And Evelyn obviously played this to be messy towards Laura. Now, when the recording stopped playing, Jackie ended up asking who Shaunie was talking about, and Laura immediately cut in and said that she feels like Shaunie is talking about her, but she said that she would never discuss that situation amongst these ladies, and that anything she has to say, she will discuss it with Shaunie. And I like the way that Laura handled that situation because she said, yes, I think Shaunie's talking about me, but I'm not about to discuss it with none of you messy ass ladies on this show. So I think that she did the right thing by shutting it down the way that she did. However, I felt like she was a little bit too snappy towards Jackie and Brandi when they were asking questions, because Evelyn is the one that was being messy and she's the one who brought it up and tried to imply that it was Laura that Shaunie was talking about. So I feel like the energy that Laura was giving should have been directed towards Evelyn and not necessarily Jackie and Brandi. Now, the next day, all the ladies are split up into 3 different cars, and Jackie ends up in the car with Laura and Cheyenne. And while they're on their way to the yacht, that's when Jackie decides that she was going to be a little bit messy too and ask Laura if she heard the rumors about Evelyn and Shaq, because a few seasons ago, when Jennifer and Evelyn were not in a good place, Jennifer actually put that rumor out there. And so that's why a lot of people are saying that they think that it's true. Now, when Jackie ended up asking Laura if she heard the rumor, Laura said that she did hear the rumor. However, she doesn't care about it because it's none of her business. And if she was friends with Evelyn and she knew about it, she wouldn't say anything about it. So basically, she heard the rumors too. Everybody did. I feel like Jackie is trying to get back at Evelyn for having her investigated, and that's the reason why she ended up bringing up this rumor about Shaq and Evelyn. However, I feel like if Evelyn can dish it, she should be able to take it, and so she definitely had Jackie privately investigate it and put all her business out there, and then she just basically put a rumor out there about Laura and Shaq. So basically, Jackie's doing the same thing to Evelyn that Evelyn did to her and Laura. Now, while they're on the boat, Brandi and Jennifer end up having a one-on-one conversation, and basically Jennifer ends up asking Brandi how she felt about Evelyn's apology, and she said that even though she accepted the apology, she still doesn't like that Evelyn used her marriage against her multiple different times throughout the season. And she said that every single time somebody brings up her marriage, she gets mad at her husband because she wouldn't be in this type of situation if it wasn't for him cheating on her. And look, Brandi has a lot of misplaced anger, in my opinion, because yes, the women should not be using her marriage against her when they get into arguments with her. However, they wouldn't be able to do that if her husband wasn't cheating on her multiple different times, a lot of different times actually, that he admitted to on national TV in an interview. So look, she shouldn't have stayed with him, because you can tell that she's not over it. You can tell that she's not happy with her husband, because she said in this conversation with Jennifer that they're not even in a good place right now. She basically implied earlier in the season that the only reason why she stayed with him is because he was with her during her toughest time, which is when she had cancer. But I don't think that that's a reason to stay with somebody, especially somebody who has disrespected you on numerous different occasions, and then you're the one who has to deal with all the embarrassment from it, because I don't think he's embarrassed about the situation, but she constantly has to hear from other women every single time she gets into a fight with them that her husband cheated on her and she's still with him. So at the end of the day, I just feel like she's doing herself a huge disservice by staying with this man, but at the end of the day, it's her life and she can do what she wants to do. Now, Jennifer starts talking about her relationship with Christian and how they're getting ready to get married in Paris, but Christian might not be able to go because he also owes $250,000 in restitution, which that came out to be a lie, allegedly. I don't know if it's a lie or not, but there was an interview that was conducted recently on social media with somebody who knows Christian and who also ended up going and looking up the court information, and that's not how much restitution he has to pay. Allegedly, it's a lot less than what he's telling Jennifer he has to pay. So I don't know why he's telling her that it's $250,000. But in my opinion, this man is a huge red flag, and Jennifer would be dumb to marry him. She's probably gonna do it anyway, but I just don't think she should. Now, while they're all hanging out on the beach, Jackie ends up trying to figure out who exactly Shaunie is talking about in this book. So she brings up the rumors about Evelyn and Shaq, and Evelyn gets pissed off immediately. And she starts telling Jackie to shut up and stop bringing up old stuff that's not true, and says that nothing ever happened between her and Shaq, and she doesn't know where Jackie got that from. And she basically keeps telling Jackie that she needs to shut up. And my thing is, I don't understand why she's calling Jackie messy and telling her that she needs to shut up when she just did the same thing to Laura the previous night, bringing up the situation from Shaunie's book and implying that Laura was the one that did it. That was old shit too that she's bringing up that she doesn't have any proof of. So I don't understand how it's okay for her to do it and it's not okay for Jackie to do it to her. And then you have Brooke saying that Jackie probably made up the rumor, and it's like, girl, no, Jackie didn't make up the rumor. Jennifer made up the rumor a few years ago. She was the one who brought this rumor to the light because nobody ever knew anything about it to my knowledge. So later that night, they all end up going out to dinner, and there's obvious tension at the table because there was some drama that happened at the yacht earlier in the day. And basically, Jackie ends up telling Evelyn in front of everybody at dinner that she felt like Evelyn was being mean to her when they were on the yacht, and she didn't like the way that Evelyn was treating her. But Evelyn said that the reason why she treated Jackie that way is because Jackie was being messy, bringing up some shit that was old and not true. And like I said earlier in this video, Evelyn did the same thing to Laura. So why isn't anybody calling Evelyn messy because she did the same thing to Laura a few nights ago? So then Laura basically ends up chiming in and saying that basically Jackie ended up asking her if she heard the rumor about Evelyn and Shaq, and she said that she did hear the rumor. However, she doesn't care about it, so it's none of her business and she doesn't want to talk about it. And Jackie admitted that she was being petty when she ended up asking Laura that question. And so Brandi ends up chiming in and she starts questioning Jackie about who asked the question and all this stuff like that. And so Laura ends up checking Brandi like right to her face, telling her that if she has a question to ask regarding her, to ask her and not Jackie. So the two of them are kind of going back and forth. And my thing is, Brandi started this because she kept going back and forth with Jackie, asking her the same question over and over again after Laura and Jackie already answered her. Like, she should have just dropped it like Laura and Jackie were saying to do. So Brandi ends up getting really quiet after this back and forth between her and Laura, and then she just snaps out of nowhere. Brandi starts going off saying that everybody wants to use her marriage as a weapon against her, even though that never came up in conversation because the only person this season that used her marriage as a weapon against her was Evelyn, not Jackie or Laura. So I don't know where this came from, but she starts going off talking about everybody wants to weaponize my marriage, so let's weaponize other people's information. And she started talking about how Jackie was a prostitute. So Jackie ends up telling Brandi to just drop it and be quiet and stop talking about it. And Brandi got pissed off at the way that Jackie was talking to her. So she's basically going off on Jackie. Jackie's going off on her. And basically Brandi ends up calling Jackie an old bitch. So Jackie ends up bringing up her marriage because, look, if you want to throw things under the belt, then don't get mad when somebody does it to you. So Brandi ends up standing up over Jackie, like pointing over Jackie's head. So Jackie ends up standing up. So Jackie stands up and the two of them are going at each other. And Cheyenne sees that things are about to get physical, so she stands up to try to grab Jackie. And so because Brooke saw that Cheyenne stood up, she stood up thinking that Cheyenne was trying to gang up on Brandi. So she starts going off on Cheyenne. Cheyenne starts going off on her, and it starts to be a bunch of friggin' chaos. And look, Brooke is always easily misreading a situation because Cheyenne did not stand up to try to go at Brandi. She stood up to try to hold back Jackie because Jackie's her friend who's getting ready to fight with Brandi. So I don't understand why Brooke jumped up and started cussing at Cheyenne for. It's like, girl, if you want to fight Cheyenne, just try to fight her. Don't use this situation that has to do with Brandi and Jackie to do it. And look, the fact that Brandi sat up there and had all this energy for Jackie, but she didn't have this energy for Evelyn, who actually weaponized her marriage multiple different times. And then when Laura was checking her right to her face, she didn't have this energy for Laura, but she was ready to jump up and fight Jackie. I don't respect it at all. This whole situation was just a mess. So those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Basketball Wives LA. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video.